Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Do you hear me well?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can hear you.
Thank you, Dr. Azzat. Can you begin your speech, please?
Yes, I can hear you, but yes.
Yes. There's some noise around him. Doesn't matter. We are waiting just some participant to participate. We are in somebody because I sending their message to participate. Just waiting a few minutes. Good evening, everybody. Mr. Jean Babar with us now. You are welcome, Mr. Jean. Okay, we'll begin soon. You are all welcome. Yes. Do you want to say something, Mr. Jean? Okay, I can begin now. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Or I don't know if you are talking from America. Good morning. Welcome again to the second session of SDGs. Today we are going to talk about SDG number 3, health and well-being. You are all welcome. My name is Kamal Jaber. I work for UNRWA. UNRWA is one of the United Nations organizations work for Palestinian refugees. At the same time, I am the national coordinator for Syria with Eco Training Center Sweden. I'm talking now with you from Sweden, and I'm happy with you in this evening to discuss the SDG number 3. Okay, as if you were with us last time, we talked about SDG number 4, about education. And the discussion were very fruitful by all. Please, I want to ask you to mute yourself while I'm talking. If you need to talk, just unmute. I give you the permission to unmute all the time, but please, to avoid any noise, please keep muted while I'm talking or others talking.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good. Jan Baba from Sweden. Sorry, I'm traveling in the bus, so I will be home in 10 minutes.
Hello, sir. Will you please unmute yourself because you are not audible? Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Please, nobody try to unmute me because I am not aware of all the time on the mute or non-mute. Yes, I thank you again. As I said, I want to say here in the beginning, I am not just a lecturer or a trainer. We are not conducting training. We are just opening a discussion, open discussion, free discussion about the SDGs and to exchange our opinion and our experiences related to the SDG. Today, we are going to talk about good health and well-being. The purpose of these sessions will be related to the health and well-being, but in general. We will describe the rationale and why goal number 3 of SDG is important for sustainability, to map key national stakeholders and local resources that enforce achieving the target, to identify a practical way to engage ETC members to achieving goal number 3 as part of the global contribution from all over the world, from the official governments or non-governmental organization. And last, develop long-term strategies to ensure continuous engagement for the goal number 3. If you remember, in the last session, we talked about the 17th Sustainable Development Goals. They are in front of you on the screen. We are today going to talk about the good health and well-being, SDG number 3. Of course, there will be many sessions to talk about the SDG goals, but and we hope to cover as many as we can with assistance from you all. This is the goal. I'm presenting now the goal: ensuring healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. If you notice, all the time, all the goals emphasizing on for all, not only for definite beneficiaries. No, for all, here and for all ages. Why healthy lives and promote well-being are important? I will open now the discussion from all of you. If you want to discuss, okay. If you want to write to the chat box, it's okay. We are following. If you have an opportunity to talk, just let me to know, to give you the opportunity and to talk. Why this goal is very important? Why healthy lives is important? Why well-being is important? What do you mean by healthy life from your perspective? And why the United Nations emphasize all the time on all, for all, and at all ages? Yes. Anybody do you want to talk?
Yes, I'm Nidhi Jain from India.
You are welcome.
And according to me, healthy means disease-free. Healthy means mental well-being. Healthy means physical well-being. Healthy means social well-being. So all the components should be there: physical, mental, and social.
That's
that
great.
defines a person.
Yes, that's great. Thank you. Another answer, please.
Hello.
You are welcome.
Hello, I am Pradeep Devre. I am a coordinator from India.
You are
And
welcome.
for me, I think the human beings are the pillars of the nation or the pillars of the earth. So I think well-being and healthy lives will build the healthy nation. That's why what Nidhi ma'am told us, that everyone should be healthy mentally, socially, physically. And I think we should promote well-being on nature
Los directores
and
sí me comentaban que si valdría la pena que
towards the healthy lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's great.
This is Taruna from India. I feel that if health is lost, everything is lost. And if you are healthy, so you can, work well, you can earn well, you can enjoy your life, and plus, you can do good for your family and the society as well. So health is the most important criteria for facet of life. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. If you have more answers, please. Yes, here I want to talk about why for all. The big principles that United Nations address, that to target all people, regardless their ages, ability, disability, background, culture, and so on. The inclusion and diversity is one of the basic principles of the United Nations. And this is very important, not to neglect anybody, to leave anybody behind. We have to address and to respond to the all needs. And of course, all ages, from child to the elder people. Okay, just to accept more participants, just 1 minute. When we talk about the goal number 3, if you remember, we want to explain more, to understand more the goal. There are goals and targets and indicators. Each goal has many targets and many indicators. Indicators to measure the progress and the process and the quality of deeds done for achieving the targets and then for the goal. Goal number 3, healthy and well-being. There are 13 targets and there are 25 indicators to measure the progress of the G. Of course, why? In effort to make the SDGs successful. Here, I will remind you first about three perspectives related to when we talk about goals, targets, indicators, we have to consider three things or three perspectives. First, here, yes, these three dimensions or perspectives, when we consider or study any goal, we have to consider the social solidarity and the environmental responsibility and economical efficiency. From your perspective, when you talked about the meaning of the goal, we focused on the social and environmental, in addition to the health and the psychological. Nobody mentioned something related to economical, because well-being, also economical well-being, when the people have enough economical resources, will be healthy and will be in good well-being. This is also important. And we want to talk about these later, about targets and the indicators. We have to consider to put these three dimensions in our mind when we are talking about. Now we'll go to the targets and the indicators. Of course, we are talking about goal in general, but the first one, target number 1, by 2030, reduce the global material mortality ratio to less than 70% to 100,000 live birth. If you noticed here, each target focus on 1 point or 2 points or 2 related to each other points. Each one here, the target explain what are the elements of the goal. This is one of the elements. They name it targets. Each targets, as we said, have at least 1 indicator. Most of them 1, but others maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see. This target, as I said, to explain and to talk about the specific objectives of the goal, but the indicator to measure the progress of the target. Once we consider any target, we have to consider, when we evaluate or when we monitor the progress, we have to consider these two indicators related to target number 1. If you go to the target number 2, here they are focusing on ending preventable deaths of newborns, related to newborns, because in the developing country, the death of newborns is high. So this is one of the dilemma, is one of the issues that United Nations, WHO, and other organizations like UNICEF, or even the NGOs addressing, and they are consider this one of the big problem in many countries. Of course, when we talk about the newborn, it should be indicator to measure the progress of the newborn and so on. Another one related to reduce neonatal mortality to at least as low as 12 per 1,000 live birth, and under 5 mortality to at least as low as 25 per 1,000 live birth. Also, there is indicator to measure this progress. Number 3, it's related to some epidemics like AIDS, like tuberculosis, malaria, and some neglected tropical diseases. And we can consider now COVID, maybe, I'm not sure, consider COVID here, because it's easy to to transfer from one patient to another. Look, this kind of communicable diseases should be considered from the United Nations. Even there is a new diseases can appear in the world, but in general, this target cover any developments related, any epidemics related to or similar to AIDS or malaria. Here we have 5 indicators related to each disease. Here HIV, here tuberculosis, here in malaria, and so on. Now we'll go to the target number 4. This is also related to the mortality from non-communicable diseases. This is non-communicable diseases through preventions and treatment and promote mental well health and well-being. Notice here focusing also, as we said before, mental health and well-being. Of course, there are related indicators for this target. To understand more and to know how can deal with these targets and indicators, I will give you this task. Just 1 minute. This one. This is also open discussion. This is the target. By 2030, reduce by 1/3 parameter mortality from non-communicable diseases through prevention and treatment and promote mental health and well-being. My question here for discussion, and I ask you either to discuss or to write on the chat box. How can we contribute in promote mental health and well-being as environmental activists, as practitioners, as educationists, or as medical practitioners? Anyone from his or her specialization can contribute to promote the mental health. Would you please give me your ideas, your experiences? How can we promote, how contribute effectively to reduce the mental health problem? Yes, please.
Meditation and yoga can improve and promote the mental health and well-being.
Yes, just introduce yourself, please.
Meditation and yoga.
Okay, meditation and yoga. Yoga is a good suggestion.
Meditation is also like if once a human being meditates, it is relaxing, and it improves your concentrating power, and so it is very good for mental health and well-being.
Yes, that's great. Good. More answers, please.
I think, hello,
yes,
am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, I agree with Taruna ma'am. Meditation and yoga is the very best way to keep the mental health sustained. Regarding non-communicable diseases, there are so many premature mortality happens because of the less nutritional values in the food. So we should always think of providing such nutritional foods to the students or to the age group up to the 18 years, so that we can remain and we can sustain their living nature. So I think we should provide a nutritional value or nutritional support food to these ages students and these ages children. Sorry.
Thank you. I agree with you that nutrition is very important, not just for the physical health, also for the mental health. The good food and the fruits, vegetables, and so on is better than the junk food. And all the United Nations organization assure that using non-junk food for the students because they are in the developing stage. Here I want to ask you, what is the difference between the mental health and the well-being? They are interrelated, but there is a slight difference. Can we talk about this from your perspective?
Yes, according to me, a person who is physically fit, everything is fine. It is not necessary that mentally also he is fine. So even if he is facing some struggles or ups and downs in his life, he should share with his friends. And the friends also, the relatives also should listen to him without judging that person, because when you judge, it is not right. So listening is the basic skill. It is a very important skill to understand a person, and it is very important in a house. If a family is there, if parents are there, if a child is there, we should listen to the child also. The parents should listen to the child to understand his experience.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Here I'm to talk about something very slight between the difference. It's not big difference, but as mental health, for the medical practitioner, they consider it as a medical approach. We are tackling with this mental diseases or mental illnesses with medicine, with as psycho practitioners or psychotherapists. But when we talk about well-being, no, anybody can provide services of well-being. For example, teachers, anyone, and give tackle the social approach, working with people who have some problem. I can't say psychological problem. What can I can say psychosocial needs because of the crisis, because of the divorce, family problems, social problem, and so on. This is why the goal focus on well-being, not only the mental health. We have to consider this when we are tackling with this goal. Any other questions or answers, please?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Mina El Khali from Morocco, coordinator from ATC. I think that well-being it's linked to have good relationships with people, to be physically active, and not only great for your physical health, and being active and learn new skills, to develop our skills, to be more social, to improve our skills in relationship with people, and to be mindfulness, to pay attention to the present moment, and to live good events with more enthusiasm, and that I think for well-being. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
I'm Raja Ramadan from Morocco.
Welcome. Go ahead.
I think that mental illness is typically characterized as disordered thinking, emotions, and behaviors. And emotional well-being can be viewed and as represented the positive aspects of mental health. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, sir. Namaste, sir.
Yeah, yes. Go ahead.
Yes. I think mental and well-being it is totally depend on your level of satisfaction. Means if you enjoying doing small things and you get enjoyment, that you should be mentally fit and you feel yourself as a well-being. But if you want more and more things, you do not satisfy doing some things, then in your life you can't get your mental ability, you can't be feel the well-being, the nature of well-being to yourself. So I think the level of satisfaction, it is a parameter to be have mentally fit and well-being. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you all.
Hello.
Yes, here you are.
Hello, sir. I'm Kunda Bacha from India.
You are welcome.
Hello, sir. I want to tell you about mental health, sir. Mental health is all about how people think, people feel, and behave. Mental health refers to behavioral and emotional well-being. And well-being is a state of being comfortable, how people are healthy and happy. These both are quite different but related each other. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm sure you all know aware about the interrelated connection between mental health and well-being and related to the physical health. Now I'll go to another target, which is number 5. Here talking about prevention and treatment substance abuse, like alcohol and drug. And there is also very important, because you know the developments related to this target and the increased number of user of alcohol, harm use of the alcohol and drugs is very dangerous become now. And this is why United Nations consider this target, and they put 2 indicators to measure the progress. For the target number 6, here they are talking about the traffic accident, because also increasing number of the people who died or injured from the traffic accident. And there are now many let's say projects, many activities, awareness campaign addressing this point and asking all the governments and even non-governmental organizations to tackle these issues, which is rarely dealt by the organization. But it is very important to consider this and to reduce the rate of the death because of that road traffic problem or accident. Target number 7 here related to sexual and reproductive health care. Also, this matter is very important. From long time, of course, the United Nations addressed this and tackling this from, and there is a big support funds for this point, because there is ignorance, there is misunderstanding from many countries, from many people in many countries. This is why United Nations focused in this target. This target also related to the family planning and information and education. This is why most of the this issue, sexual and reproductive health care, they provide education training training for schools, for clinics, for institutions, but most of the time to solve this problem and to educate people how to work and how to tackle this issue, they have to provide them information and training and some time in the school. This target has 2 indicators related to the audience birth rate, because this will reflect if there is good sexual protective healthcare, the birth rate will be better, and they will consider this related to the 1,000 women in the age group. The other one, the indicator related to the women of reproductive age. And here we can talk about family planning and the early marriage, especially in the let's see, developing country. And there is still many needs for addressing this issue, because you know, this matter cause many problems in the future, especially in the health and well-being. For the target number 8, here they are talking about the financial risk protection, because many programs stopped because of lack of financial and funds. So this is very important to provide. This task is for all governments, for all countries to tackle this, because to keep providing the right and the healthy services, we have to provide enough and sufficient financial resources. And this is why United Nations consider this as a target. Of course, there is indicator to measure this and to know exactly what funds and how much money can be paid for this matter. Not only for specific diseases, no, this is in general for diseases, for family planning, for sexual and reproductive health care, and so on. The other one, number 9, it's also very important. It's related about the substantially reduce the number of deaths and illnesses from hazards, chemical and air, water, soil pollution. This is our field as environmental activists, related to the water pollution, air pollution, and other kind of pollution. Here there are three indicators to measure how the pollution in the air or the water can be reduced, and how can we measure the percentage of risk, and to measure the lack of hydrogen, for example, or some other gases can benefit the human being. Here, to talk about, to go deeply in this target, we want to discuss this. This is the target: by 2030, substantially reduce the number of deaths and illnesses from hazardous chemicals and air, water, and soil pollution and contamination. The question now for discussion, and you can choose to discuss or to write. I give you 5 minutes to write your answers on the chat box. After that, we can open the discussion. My question here: how can we, as an activist, contribute to reduce the deaths due to this target? We can. This is our ground, our play here, to know and to give our advices, to give our experiences, to talk about experiences. How can reduce the pollution in the air, water, by reducing using the chemicals, maybe chemicals, materials, and so on. I will give you 5 minutes to write in the chat box, and after that we'll discuss.
Hej, vad stirrar du på? Det var min alibi-imitation. Du, blev inte du portad förresten? Och så balsavinäger och olivolja. Ja, då är marinaden klar. Men den ska gå först efter att kycklingen har stekts.
Jag vet, nu ska den stekas.
Ja, bra.
Okej, titta. Det ger inte så mycket smak, men det ser väldigt snyggt ut. Det är bara den här kycklingen ser tråkig ut när man steker den och inte får den här stekgrytan man vill ha. Så man kan smälla på bra med paprikapulver och sen så kommer det bli lite finare sen när man steker.
Nu blir kycklingen ännu finare i en italiensk kostym av oliver, soltorkade tomater och så marinaden. Nu är den väl redo för medelhavsvärmen?
Jag tror det. Det kör vi. In i resan.
Det blir resan. Du, hur länge ska du vara där?
20 minuter.
Ja, en kort semester alltså. Men det kan ändå vara bra med en kräm. Är det kronärtskockskrämen du gör nu?
Jag har inte det alls.
Vad sa du?
Inte så mycket nu. Jag får ju så mycket i kycklingen redan.
Ja, det kan bli en tuff kväll om någon av gästerna är vampyr.
Så, nu är den klar.
Men basilikakrämen är vitlöksfri och består av olja, soltorkade tomater, turkisk yoghurt och fryst basilika.
Excuse me, there is someone who's not mute, I think.
Och kycklingen också.
I will try to find him or her.
Mascarponekräm med passionsfrukt och kolanötter. Kan det bli en fin avrundning på middagen, Anders?
Det är fantastiskt. Jag tycker om mascarpone och jag tycker om passionsfrukt och kolanötter. Så det kan gå fel.
Monica blandar nötterna med en burk dulce de leche.
Det blir jättegott när jag provar in i några minuter.
Okay, I can see many answers from Tarona, from Arta, from Yogesh, from Azra. Oh, that's great. And somebody raised hand. Yes, Sahar. Sahar Mahfouz. Sahar, you raised your hand if you want to talk. Okay, maybe my mistake. Okay, anybody want to say something? Go ahead. Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, can I say something here, please?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I do believe that if we really want to improve and reduce the death and being one of our targets, we have to work on education and health, because education and health sector are crucial factors here. I know that we don't have the full authority to do it, but we can start with our community. Let's say, for example, in my community, I'm talking here about my neighborhood. We have created this book group, invited all the neighbors and the community, all the people who live in our community to join it in order to raise the taking care of our environment and our community and reducing using chemicals, encouraging each other to plant the roof and to plant without using any chemicals and using the organic fertilizers. And I really can see the outcomes because it's the mentality itself has been changed. So I feel like I always say just start with your small community and don't wait for high expectations or perfect data. Just start by yourself. Thank you. Over to you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Miyada. Good answer, but I want to pay your attention that from your specialization in your work as a teacher, as an engineer, as a doctor, as a human resources officer, anything as an employee can contribute effectively in this point, in this target, by reducing air pollution of water or soil pollution.
Yeah, regarding if let's talk about if I'm a teacher,
yes,
I have to contribute by raising the awareness of environmental education by either through curriculum or through extra activities. For example, I have been teaching, let's say, 8 years. So I have created an Enviro Club with my teachers who really taught me a lot. We planted the school and we added the extra activities, and we went to other vulnerable places and the schools and planted the schools for them. And also the students from the high school stage went to teach the students with primary stages how to use computer technology, how to search about the information, and how to be aware of environmental issues. So I had actually the experience with my student that was amazing. And even if whenever I left the school now, they continued with other teachers and they are really doing a great job, and I'm still following them.
That's great. Thank you, Mayada.
Hello.
This is from
Hello.
education perspective. Yes.
Kamal, I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we should think about this. We can tackle this problem in two ways. First, yes, I am agree with the prior speaker. We should have community education or community awareness, and yes, it is through the education. We should inculcate the values of anti-pollution thinking, and we should inculcate those thinkings, those thoughts in our students, so that it will be penetrated in the society. And second thing I want to say here is our government should initiate some actions against decomposing all those things which are the residues from the different chemical factories and the residues because of the usable plastic and like this material. So we should reuse, recycle, and reduce to use all these things in our society. It will be remain or maintain the pollution of air, water, and soil. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. This is why I meant in my question, because we can do this matter to protect our environment and to reduce our use to our pollution to air or water in daily life. For example, if you have a problem in your car, you have to fix it. When we use so many plastics, you have to use something natural friendly. If you, for example, have a problem in the building, you have to consider all the chimneys or something like this, you have to fix them. If you have a problem in water, for example, you use so many more than needed water, it means you are consuming water. This is the general understanding for this target. I mean, everybody should consider this as eco activists. We can do a lot in this target. By the way, it's not important, it's not necessary to tackle all the targets from our specialization. We can choose what is the best for our specialization and what we can do. We can do, for example, related to the newborns, okay, but we can do a lot for reducing the pollution. Is it right? Yes. Okay. I will now go to another target. Here, target number 3A. This is additional, as I said in the previous session. There is also additional targets for each goal. Here, they are tackling tobacco control. because there is increasing use of tobacco, and this became a big problem and global problem. So they consider this as a target for the goal number 3. And we, as also the environmental activists, we can do a lot for this, because by education, by training, by campaigns to reduce using and to raise the awareness of the tobacco user. For other one, related, the target number 3 be related to the vaccines, and now become, this matter is very, very important in the area of COVID-19. We, the United Nations, support all the efforts relating to developing the vaccine for communicable diseases or any new diseases. Of course, there are 2 indicators to measure the progress of this target. Target 3C, it's also related, it's not directly for the diseases or the health, but the financial and recruitment and development training and retentions. It means because this is very important for the developing country, because they need cadres, trained cadres all over the time. So developed country and other countries should support them, and each country support other countries to tackle this target. Very important. Getting trained and development and recruitment for in the healthy sector, in the mental health, in the well-being, very important, and they should consider this when they working to achieve the indicators. Here, this is the last target, 3D, related about the risks, the early warning and risk reduction and management of national and global health risk. And there is this also is considered is very important in some natural problem, and some health problem related to the new diseases and so on. Of course, here this is not just a local or national efforts, it's international health regulation should consider this and build capacities and health emergency preparedness. This is very important here. When they talk about the preparedness, we have to consider this before the crisis happened. Imagine, we can imagine now how much this target is very important when we are talking about COVID-19. This is all the targets. There is still just this task to do this together, but first I will give you 5 minutes to trying to answer these questions. From your perspective, how is SDG number 3 enhance the environmental protection? This is general question, not specific to any target. How can we contribute? How can contribute in good way, fruitfully, effectively to achieve SDG? Other one, what targets can we work on more? We have now 13 targets. Which one is more important and why? Choose one from you, 1, 2, 3 from your perspective, and tell us why. And last, as eco-activists, how can we enforce and support to achieve number 3? This is interrelated question, interrelated, but we can, just for make them easy, I separate them to 3 questions. I will give you minutes, 5 minutes, and then we can discuss. Okay?
Sir, this is Taruna. What I feel that education is the most important.
Yes, please. Yes, just 3 minutes to give them opportunity to write and to prepare their ideas. You are welcome. Just minutes. Yes, Taruna. To our ears.
Sir, I feel that education is the most important SDG goal, because if education is there, proper education is there, so anything can be achieved, because an educated person understands the pros and cons of anything which happens on earth. If pollution is there, if one is educated, he or she will definitely understand that if we do this, this is going to happen to the planet, and if we do this, this good will happen to the planet. And third question is that an eco activist, how can he enforce, or he or she enforce this? uh, you know I feel that free education to the children who are underprivileged. The teachers, the guides, the mentors can give them free education. Secondly, what I feel that if you take up project based learning with your children, that would be really better. Project based learning, where the children can go to the communities, and they can create an awareness there also, the people who are not that educated, and they don't know about the system. So that would be a great step, where the children can create a awareness in the community, and action can be taken. Like in this corona pandemic, when people were not using their cars and all, and I mean the planet really healed. But I mean, a constant movement like that was a crisis. So this happened. But a constant work on such a motive should be done, right? And people should rather use cycles than using the cars and fuels, and also that the children can be taught all these things, where the pollution can be reduced. Thank you.
Thank you very much. More contribution. I want your idea.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yogesh, go
Hello,
ahead.
sir.
Yes.
Yes. I think that, sir, to achieve SDG 3, health and wellness, we must think about the safe use of gadgets, because due to COVID-19 pandemic, we are totally in unlock position, lockdown position. Now we are getting as unlock. Our mature persons, our small kids, adolescents, all are using gadgets, electronic gadgets. And they must be aware of how to use safely that gadgets, because the bad use of gadgets can turn their life in bad situation. So to fulfill health and wellness, mentally wellness, the safe use of different gadgets, different online platforms like Zoom, any other websites, any other app, how to use safely, it must be educated to our kids and adolescents. for their mentally and health well-being. Thank you, sir.
I want to thank you, Yogesh, for very important now problems facing all the children, facing parents and the educators related to the using not suitable materials by students or by teachers in general. Thank you. In your answer, you linked between the pollution and the epidemics. This is right. When we reduce the illnesses, the epidemics, and other type of problems, medical problems or diseases unlike this, we reduce the pollution and vice versa. The pollution is the cause, and maybe the reason can be why the epidemic is increasing, the pollution. Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
Sir, I would like to speak something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, so I would like to extend the thought which are told by Yogesh sir. As we know, the present pandemic has definitely disturbed the well-established routine of our students also. And all the students are now confined at home, and the regular lack of social interactions with their friends is also not there. They are not able to meet their friends. They miss their school. So all the children, they are responding to the stressful times differently. Everyone is responding differently. So what I feel is the SDG 3 goal can be fulfilled when each and every school or each and every community, if support system is generated to our children and as well as parents also. So we should be giving, being an eco-activist, or I should think about these children, those who are going through these difficult times in pandemic, those who are at home and facing a lot of anxiety also. So online counseling, individual counseling also can be given by the teachers or by the activist. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Agree completely with you. The health and well-being is not only the responsible of the doctors and the practitioners or nurses and like this who work in the medical field. It's the responsibility of everybody. Teacher, educator, government, non-government organization, parents, everybody. We have to consider this in our responsibility. This is social responsibility, it's emotional responsibility, and we have to consider all these issues. Thank you.
Hello, Kamal. I want to say something.
Yes, please.
I think community awareness through different campaigns and educational initiatives are the most important thing in this pandemic itself. Just Yogesh sir has told that we should have maintain our mental health through thinking about these gadgets using. We should reduce to use these gadgets, as well as I think we should think about the malnutrition. The government or the some working volunteers who should act against to provide the nutritional food to the people. We should think about pollution. We should reduce, recycle, and reuse. All those things we can be possible. Then we should think about the premature marriages. It is the biggest phenomena in underdeveloping countries. So we should think about that. So we can work against the premature birth itself. And we should limit the consumptions of the things or the resources so that every person can get a limited use of those resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep. In fact, the point of the early marriage, or as you mentioned, the premature marriage, is not tackled or addressed by this goal. Also, we in the education goal and in the gender goal, we'll face this and see this also issue in many goals. In fact, there is many suggestions I can read in the chat box. Yes.
Kamal?
Of course, yes. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to say that in recent years, in order to accelerate progress and address new health challenges, all actors, including the private sector, need to partner to develop healthcare solutions that work for people, families, communities, and nations. At minimum, business has a responsibility to respect all human rights, including the right to health. Small, medium, and large companies can both benefit from and contribute to achieving healthy societies. So it's just what I wanted to say, because all sectors must contribute to this goal.
Agree completely, Mina. Thank you. Thank you. All sectors should be involved completely in developing the healthcare sector. Thank you. In fact, these ideas and this proposal can be reflected effectively to be projects in your countries, in your areas, and many activities can be done in this issue. I can see in the chat box many let's say suggestions. For example, Arta suggests that we can create eco kids clubs, which is good, very important, and we can consider this. I will choose some of the answer. Unification of the everything is in our life. Yes, education is the most important and the basic for understanding the implementation of SDGs. Yes, thank you. Correct. Yes. So many water, air, food, and most important things for our well-being. Agree, but we need also other things to be involved to be in good well-being. So we should focus to teach all values to our students and promote healthy environment. So we should think positively and critically thinking ways to promote and create a green world. Agree completely with you all. Now we can say that what important this goal, and we can conclude most the goals, and what the goals we are going to also to tackle are interrelated, and most of them is very important, all of them important, because the United Nations consider them all, and we invite you to think deeply now in SDG number 3, how can reflect it on, in fact, in reality, by doing activities and doing projects. From my side, I finished my questions, my contribution. I want you, if you want to add something to exchange with us, to give your experiences or ideas.
It's me. I just want to make some comments.
Go ahead, Dr. Jan Babar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Mr. Kamal, for a nice arrangement which you have done. And I thanks very much to the other participants who raised different issues on health and how we can be protected by different methods. And of course, main thing is how we feel the goal, Agenda 2030. So this is the meaning. I just make one explanation. I just take, because in this, all this Agenda 2030, all these goals are interlinked with each other. If we see the goal number 1, poverty. Who is poor and who is rich? According to a definition who is rich, who not just have a money or bank balance in the bank or a property. The rich person is who have a social capital, who have a health, because to have a health is a richness. To have the social contacts and to live in a good environment is also richness. Because then I go to the goal number 1, how we reduce the poverty. Poverty is not just reduced to help the poor people material. To give them education, to have the access of the good health, and how to have a good environment that they can live and raise. This method and the goal can reduce the poverty. So my meaning is like that health is one of the important goals, how we can reach. And thank you very much to raising different issues. And inshallah, we will continue next session. Okay, Kamal, I give you the floor.
Yes.
You just mentioned when the next session and how you will, for example, which goal you are going to take.
Yes, thank you very much. You give me an idea for the next session will be about the poverty. It's very,
Poverty, good.
Yes.
Very good. Because poverty, we can, touch the different goals.
Yes.
Education is one of the things. Environment, yes. Good.
Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for your participation and your contribution in ideas and this fruitful discussion. I myself get so many benefits from this discussion. Thank you, and hope to see you all next session. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you,
Bye.
Kamal.
Thank you,
Dr.
everyone.
Kemal.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Would you please
Thank you,
open
everyone.
would you please open your cameras to take a picture for all? Yes, please. This
You
is
can.
yes, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
you can.
sure.
Okay, I'll try.
Take first, come on.
Thank you, thank you.
I will not keep my smiling.
I smile. Next time we need to raise our flags, everyone.
Definitely,
Raise the-
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay.
Good night and keep well.
You sir, you didn't speak anything.
Okay.
Sir, say something. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, is it?
Anyone want to say something? Anything?
Hello, hello everyone.
Yes, Mr. Azzat. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you today because I'm out, but thanks, Dr. Kamal, for this excellent presentation.
Thank you, Izzat sir.
We lost the connection with Mr. Azzat.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Here is also heavy raining, so their lights are gone. So you can't see me.
Yes, yes.
But your presentation was very nice, Kamal.
Thank you, Radib.
Yeah, and most of the participants have discussed on all the topics very fluently and freely. Thanks to all my Indian participants who have participated, and it was it was a large community from India in today's session.
Yes, in fact, yes, from India, so many participants and fruitful discussion. I want to ask
Thank
you,
you, Kamal, so much.
to ask you, Asik, for the next session, please prepare something, ideas to be discussed with us in the next session. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.